Mendoza. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. All right, guys, let's talk a little Indiana. The good news about starting the season outside the top 25, not a lot of lofty expectations. You can sneak up on a few teams, but sooner or later, you're going to want to get that attention and get into those rankings.
A lot more, but it's not impossible. In recent years, you saw it with Indiana coming out of absolutely nowhere. You saw it back in the day with USF. You've seen it with Rutgers. Like, in the past, you can do it. You can put it together, gain some momentum, but it starts with this game right here.
TCU reached the national championship game a few years back, and no one expected much of them that season either, so you never know. And what's important is what people believe inside your own locker room. This team thinks they can do some really special things this year, and they get a chance to start strong here in week 1.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down.
I thought so sorry now. Tell me back to the base. You thought that
Nice pick up there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. Wide open downfield. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana. They're on the board first here in the season opener.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Three tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's on. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Both these teams just outside the top 25 and really needing to win a game like this to vault their way into the rankings.
And it's just amazing winning a game like this, what it can do for your program, right? Recruiting, your confidence, everything is better when you've got the number beside your name. And David, one of these two teams is going to get that number if they pull out the win.
No doubt, and you continue to start the season off with a build, right? Because you started with preseason, you started getting into the year, and now you're starting to build and build and build and build that momentum. Getting a win against a really good team, finding out who you are, can set the tone for your season.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves him with 2nd and short.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up the short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Huskers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. He leaves it with his back. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Nebraska's had a lot of guys to feed over the years, Here's here, Roger Craig. I am hip. But you don't know who's going to get it with this running attack.
Yeah, but I do know this, Reese. Whoever gets it is going to run the football physically. And Nebraska's going to be very happy. Their fan base will be jacked if they establish the physical ground game, because that's who they are.
And the Huskers are on the move. From the gun, he leads it with the back. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. Now, this Hoosier defense had a complete 180. They went from 130 points allowed to 6 in just 1 year's time. Thanks to new scheme, new staff, new players. David, how rare is a turnaround like this?
It's extremely rare, but the system was good because the coach came with him. They brought a bunch of guys from JMU, and Kamara had a guy that was top 5 in the Big Ten in sacks right away. They played the run, they were physical, they played hard, they played beyond expectations. Looking forward to this season.
He's run out of bounds at the 23 after the big gainer. The Cornhuskers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. The RPO fired complete to the left. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is, because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
They're looking to get the edge with this one on the top. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guy. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
One of the coolest things I love about football is the strategy. Like, first drive, what are they going to line up in? What are they going to try to take advantage of? How are they going to attack us? And so far, this offense has had some success. This defense now getting in their territory. They need to figure out some answers to some of these questions.
They'll use the running game on first and goal. He's going for the goal line. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. The option look. Quick toss. Touchdown, Cornhuskers! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. To the air, it's Mendoza. They're setting up the screen. At the 35, he's open. Turning it on. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
Using his feet to buy time. Got his man downfield. It's the seam wide open. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
And he's stopped by that big defensive tackle up front. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Makes the catch. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And here comes money down for this offense. 3rd down execution is a premium. You work on it all week ad nauseum for these moments when you can execute when the field starts to shrink.
Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He's got the tight end. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? The Hoosiers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Fighting his way from every inch, but he still needs a few more. He stopped short of the goal line.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. Quarterback sneak trying to power his way ahead for a few. Sneaks it into the end zone.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Jacksonville State overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from home, these Gamecocks have got to be thrilled. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that. It sounds as if they had a good one there. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. The handoff to Johnson. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Through the air, it's Rayola. Got it in the middle, it's Barney. Dobbs after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
The Huskers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll snap it from the gun on 3rd down. And as he throws.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said. I think just invoked.
And he's still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the 1st down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out.
They told me been on that quick. Better go get the seat. Don't come in like you in the seat. And if you did, only see these niggas a little bit.
Slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Unloads it left. Just missed his man, gave him just a little too much.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quickly out on the screen to the wide receiver. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. It's gone. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's going to drive the defensive coordinator crazy because these guys take pride on their sub-defense packages. When you get into third and long situations, that's when D coordinators love to get creative and throw all these exotic blitzes and pressure the quarterback. Nobody got even.
And they get him at the 32.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, but still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
And the Hoosiers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. They've got the screen set up. Finds a crease at the 20. They've got him now. He almost picked up that first down on the screen.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
You gotta be fucked up, man. Just to let me see if you fucked up, man.
This crowd busting the decibel meter and trying to will a fourth down stop. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Got it. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wide receiver going in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Hoosiers!
Man, that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas, try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executed beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Now they line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. So that's a 60-yard touchdown drive. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
Cash up, I almost died. Thank God it ain't stop. And when I gotta repeat myself 1,000 times, I look the ticket with the gym. Well, I keep it
Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Looking to throw, it's Raiola. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Grabbed over the middle, it's Johnson. They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Hoosiers will kick it off to start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Grab behind the line. It's Parker. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. It was quite a burden for Dylan Raiola a year ago, viewed as the Nebraska football savior. So, Jesse, how should he approach growth and improvement in his sophomore season?
Well, I think you got to continue to grow. There were a lot of eyes on Dylan Raiola last year, and for good reason. He is unbelievably talented, but you saw the swagger that he brings to the offense, that X factor and demeanor he really brings to the team. They believe in him. They were able to win a lot of close games a season ago. I think it's not about resting on your laurels. It's about taking the next step to try and be better.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football. All right, they already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
Fires to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner. Got the speed, got a complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him. He'll make those contested catches.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Raiola. He lost it high and deep down the left side. He's got it on the sideline. Touchdown, Huskers! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
The quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times, touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking for space. It's Hemby. Can't get him to the ground. Didn't get much done on that line. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Now adjusting. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And that big, bad Husker front just keeps wreaking havoc in the backfield.
I mean, that's what you want. You want the defensive line to dominate the football game. You don't want to have to blitz and bring all these extra bodies. And this defensive line, this black shirt defensive line is doing their...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
What a game-changing play by this defense. Nice job. You got them backed up in their own territory coming out. Now you force the turnover, set your offense up with some great scoring field position.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Thing looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Caught in the backfield, it's Hunter. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable third down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field. Intercepted to stop the threat. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line.
And if you're going to throw a heater like that as a quarterback, you better be accurate because tips lead to picks, especially when you're throwing it over the middle of the field. That time trying to find his tight end, but it is not an accurate throw. It goes up in the air, and the defense makes him pay with the pick.
This drive will open from the 15. Rides to back and leaves it. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. Here's the pressure. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it. Another incompletion on third down.
This game just feels so different than it did in the first half. After that incompletion, now setting up fourth down, they only have a one-possession lead. Things were looking so much better earlier in the game. They're going to have to get it together throwing the football if they want to win this game.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on fourth down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on fourth down.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
He's got it on the move. He's stopped at the 5, but the completion sets him up with a 1st and goal. That was a nice pickup, running the drag route and finding that quiet, soft spot in the zone.
Yeah, drag routes not only work against man coverage, they work against zone too. If you can find the soft spot and the quarterback gets it to him early, he can turn upfield, and you saw that right there.
Defense is about seeing it and pulling the trigger, and you can tell they pull the trigger so fast, get to the back, get him on the ground quickly.
Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to make the right decision. Looks like we're going to have to throw it, right? But if it's not open, just throw this thing away. You don't want to take a sack, lose extra yardage here. Just be smart with the football.
Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
And it's 3rd and goal, and listen, you're throwing for it. I get it, but you got to understand the shortness of the field down here and what I can get off quickly. I can't take sacks. I want to give myself that opportunity on 4th down to have a really manageable situation if I want to go for it.
It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
That might be overdoing it, keeping it away from the return man as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Hand off from the shotgun. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
Well, we're not quite in the 4th quarter yet. We're almost there, but you're seeing the attitude shift now for this offense. They've got the lead, so they've got to be able to run the football. You're going to see a lot more.
He's loose. Oh, it gives him the tough stiff arm. And they make the tackle, but it'll be enough for a 1st down, and we'll see if they get another play off here in the 3rd. They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, running back on the move. Oh, he's got some space. Turning on the Jets. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Indiana!
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point 4th quarter lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Wyoming handled its business today away from home. What a thorough beatdown. And what poise this generally young team showed. I think even other coaches will point to this one as what's possible. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. To throw, it's Raiola. Oh, they're after him. With the catch, it's Ives. And he's brought down after a nice game.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Wants to throw on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
And the Huskers now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. To the air on 2nd down. Makes the grab. It's Barney. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
And this defense is perfectly fine with that. When you're up a couple possessions, you want everything in front of you. You want that clock to tick, make sound tackles, and don't give up big plays.
It's caught downfield. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He sends 2 wideouts right, 2 to the left on 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Bringing the heat. Fires deep toward the end zone. Touchdown, Nebraska! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
One of the areas they really focused on for this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and that could be big as it draws him to within a field goal. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
Yeah, and a nice job by this defense. This is a critical moment, right? We got to get the football back. They're backed up, thank goodness. Force a punt here, get the football back so we can make some magic here in this 4th quarter.
He'll run it again. Getting that push. They pick up a 4 out to the 26.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Ball bounced right to him, and he's on the move. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker. And the Hoosiers decide to punt it away. Now, if you're really worried about the block, I guess you could think about taking the safety here in the free kick. And the returner will be knocked down. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. Leaves it with the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And if you listen carefully, you can start to hear some of the boo birds coming out from this home crowd. They know their offense needs points, and this late in the game, they're watching them run the ball to no avail.
Offense has gained momentum with 3rd down conversions like that. They've got it at the 25. Throw him to the spot, and that's exactly what he did to pick up the first down.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because you've thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Well, they're able to get the completion right now. You know the sense of urgency is up right here. They're in position to go win this game, David.
Yeah, and defensively, take your time getting off piles, make them eat clock, get your...
Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt.
This is an offense that really relies on its running game. On that second down call, giving it to the back, letting him find a way to go get it first.
The Cornhuskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. To the ground, he's got it again. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And you just got to know the situation of the game, honestly. After that incompletion, now setting up third down, you still got timeouts. You can attack the middle of the field. It's all out there for you. There's no need to panic. Because of those timeouts, you still have an eternity to get back in this game.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. And inside a minute to go, they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead. Late in the game, I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Looking for a man, it's Mendoza. Here comes the heat. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Looking downfield. He makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock. 21 seconds remaining here. It'll be first down. Got to get everybody lined up quickly. Time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Had to get rid of it quickly. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
And I'm going to be really curious to watch this offense and see how much faith and trust they have in themselves and the weather, right? Like, it's passing situation, it's a 2-minute situation. You practice spreading this ball all over the field. Can you do that?
Looking deep down the right side. He's got it inside the 15. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. The Hoosiers will have it first and 10. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Makes the grab. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they make the stop, and this offense has it inside the 5, and they are threatening. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. Quick pass on the fly motion. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. You waited so long to start the season, and just the way you want to start, getting that first victory.
And the first games are so much fun. You've been practicing against each other over and over all through camp. Now you get to come out, start the season off 1-0, Jesse. Great start.
It was a great start for the winning team. Now, for the losing team, obviously not the way you want to get into this season. There were some mistakes with execution, and guys are going to have to do a better job individually. But that's why you play the games. You get to now go back to the drawing board, get back on the practice field, try and iron out these wrinkles. It's a long season ahead. A lot to play for.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Thank you.